Okay, let's get this shared out. Oh, I can't share it out. Okay. A lot of heads. We got to do a lot of heads today. A lot of heads. Get my drink here. Just pull it out a little bit. Ooh, it's nice and warm. Hey, welcome, Featherhead. We got Spunky. We got Wayman. Good to be home. All good. These are the 1/8 ounce underspin heads that I'm working on. I am doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Yep. Happy Sunday. Okay, we got to do 18 of these. At least 18. We're going to do 18. We got to have 36 of these all together, and I already have 18 of them made up. These are going to be going out to Florida. Yep, welcome in everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. I do have both audiences going on, both channels going on. Alvaro, welcome in. These are underspin lures here. Absolutely love the peak. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is an awesome vise. We did get the scissors up. Let me see what that said there. What do I use to keep the paint off the eye? On these here, I use I'm using shrink tubing on these, but normally on regular jig heads, I don't use anything. Normally on regular jig heads, I don't use any shrink tubing. I am using a silicone tube for the swivel. 2, 4, 5. Hey there, John. Hey there, Mark. Hey there, outdoorsman. Appreciate everybody in the house today. Appreciate everybody. Oh, I forgot to bring my bell over here. This is the bell I use. That way I could thank people for the gifts. Yep, hello everybody, thanks for coming in. I'm just powder coating heads. Thank you for the likes. We do have a name for the grandson. We do have a name for our grandson. His name is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift Flores. I'm just kidding. His name is Sterling Cruz Flores. Yep, welcome in, guys. These are going to get baked with the silicone tubing on there. And it just helps keep the powder coat out of the swivel. These are for plastic baits here. These are for plastic baits. I want to see how you do the eyes. Yeah, I'll be doing the eyes here in a little bit. Probably in about an hour, 2 hours or so. If you go on our YouTube, we have the video of me doing eyes yesterday. That should have been uploaded. Okay, we're going to get one more row of these. And then we got to do a lot of the other colors like red, gold, silver, orange, chartreuse. Oh my goodness, I see a gifty going up there. Who did that there? I bet it's Wayman. Did Wayman do that? Did Wayman do that? That is Wayman for Featherhead Jigs. You guys throw some W's up there for Wayman. Let me go ahead and get that written down. Today's Sunday. For Featherhead. Sunday. We didn't get a single gift yesterday. Not a single one. The last one was given on Friday. You guys throw some W's up there for Wayman North. Appreciate everybody in here. Thank you guys so much. These again are 1/8 ounce. 1/8 ounce. They do come 3 to a pack. If I'm missing messages, it's because there's a lot of people chatting and sometimes I miss the messages. We had somebody get mad at me on TikTok yesterday. I can't believe that. They acted like it was just him and me in the room only. And for some reason, I wasn't talking to them. We got Remington in the channel. Yep. I was gone weekend spending time with a sick friend. Oh, man. I hope. My wife is sick. She's been sick. I think she's been sick since the day I married her. No, I'm kidding about that. No, she's been sick since Friday. She was up all night Friday coughing, and then last night somewhat the same way. She's just not doing too good. She caught the Flovid. That's what I think she got. She got Flovid when she married me. And I did say Flovid, F-L-O. Okay, that's for you guys. That's for you guys. Pull off the shrink tube. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a bunch. Yeah, she needs Flonase. Oh man. I hope he's doing okay there, Wayman. Yeah, that's like a lot of stuff there, man. Okay, we got to do, let's see, do I got to do chartreuse too, or did I do the 1/8 chartreuse already? Okay, I got that. I got the Mad Shad. Do I have the Disco Reds? Do I have the Reds? Ooh. No, I got to do Disco Red, Disco Silver, and Chartreuse. Oh, we do have Chartreuse. What am I thinking? So we got to do Disco Red. Okay, is that the orange? Oh, we got to do regular orange too. Oh my Lanta. Yep, we got to do orange. Okay. You guys hear that brute strength? Get that shut down a little bit. If it gets too loose, when I turn on the regulator and open it up a little bit more, what ends up happening is the coating's not as thick. Nice yet. Anyway, quality products. The heat gun work, you just turn it on. You just turn on the heat gun. Hey there, Royal. Yeah, that's how the heat gun works. You just turn it on. Turn on that heat gun. sink. You don't have to turn on the river. You don't have to turn off the red light. Don't sing. Appreciate everybody in here, guys. Thank you guys for coming in. My name is Ruben Flores. I'm in Northeast Oklahoma, and I have the luxury of getting to do baits for a living. You guys are seeing me here on a Sunday. Okay, let's get some more orange in there. Orange, orange, orange. Yeah. Before you turn on the heat gun, you got to plug in the heat gun. Let's see, we got any other questions? Does anybody have any questions? Oh man, we have hardly anybody on our TikTok. Got a few people on our YouTube. Let's see. Hey there, CDN. I'm just powder coating heads. I will be gluing eyes, and I'll be doing eyes and underspins later on. Eyes and underspins. Royal, no, it works on, get one's on. Oh, yeah. Yep, hey there, is that Clint? Hey there, Clint. Wishing everybody a happy Sunday. Yeah, we're going to be warm this week. We're going to be like in the 60s and 70s here. Uh-oh. 60s and the 70s. These will be going into the oven here in just a little while. They're going to get baked up for about 15, 16 minutes. I do have a convection oven. And so it does push out the air in my oven, which allows me to bake at a lower heat than what's on the package. We did get our scissors. Our scissors are now available. The anadromous scissors are now available. We already sold one pair of scissors already. think we sold a black pair. Or, no, we sold an ocean blue pair of scissors. Yep, how's it going? Hit that like button, everybody. Make sure to hit the like buttons. Here we go. Thank you there, Ohio. Just powder coating jig heads. These do have a bait keeper. They're for plastic baits. A lot of these will be going down to Florida next week. They'll be staying down there until about April, May, and then they'll be traveling back up north to Pennsylvania and Boston. You guys know I'm just kidding with you guys. Now, these will be going down to a tackle store down in Florida. Hey, thanks for the likes. Appreciate the likes there. These are 1/8 ounce. And they're going to get an underspin, a blade on there, the spinner blade. And these here will get green eyes. Yep, welcome in, welcome in. His name's Charles Carr. Okay. Yeah. I'll make sure I keep him in prayer too. Man, that's just tough there, having to go through all that. That's why one of the things I try to always stay upbeat and try to be, you know, pretty upbeat. I don't want to say, I hate using the word positive. Positive kind of, I mean, I do have a positive outlook on life, but, you know, there's things that I go through that aren't anything in comparison to what other people are going through. There's always someone out there that's going through something worse than me, and not only that, there's always a lot of people out there going through some pretty bad stuff. That's why I say no matter how bad you have it, it could always be worse. Could always be worse. Okay, let's get these in the oven. Ooh, I could already smell that garlic cinnamon. Ooh, don't you know? Okay, we got to do some disco red. Disco red. Okay. Let me go grab me a drink here real fast. Guys, thanks again for the likes. Appreciate everybody coming in. They're going to put them in a... Oh, yeah. When the zombie apocalypse comes and they have to move to... Oh, yeah, you got that right there. So we need some disco silver, some disco red. Disco, disco duck. There's that. There's that. Thank you for the roses. Appreciate the roses, guys. Who is that? Is that Jose? Is that Jose Luis? Is that Jose Luis? Why? Thank you so much. Gracias. Buenas tardes. Buenos tardes. Appreciate that. Thank you for all the roses. Roses from the broses. How's it going there, Jose? Best crappie jigs from the USA. Oh, thank you. Best crappie jigs from the USA. Oh, mamacita. Papacita. Did I mess it up? Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's see what I could... Let's see if I could fix this one here. I think it worked. I think it worked. I hate when I drop them. I hate when I drop them. I'm hoping I can get this out here in the next day or two. Has your company already arrived in the USA? Peacock Bass. Have my compatriots? No, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we get guys here all the time catching peacocks up in Florida that went down there. I know you're supposed to have some people go, you know, from here in the U.S., go down there to fish with you. They visited my country. They left happy. They're going to come back. Oh, good. That's awesome there. I have roof on my head, clothes on my back, food in my belly. Yep, very blessed. How's it going there, Miss Kennedy? Yeah. I love fishing Florida too. Oh yeah? Yeah, we got some people that will use these baits. These and just our hand ties too. They'll catch peacock bass all the time in Florida, but they don't get that big over here, from what I understand. I hear over there where you're at, they get really big. I want to say he's down there in Brazil. Are you down there in Brazil? I can't remember where you're at there, Jose. Okay, these are disco red here. These are 1/8 ounce for plastics. They do have a bait keeper on them. These will get green eyes too. We use a lot of green eyes. We use a whole lot of green eyes. You know, they say green eyes go really good with ham. Green eyes and ham. The wife is Mexican American, but she looks like those beautiful women down there. What are you talking about down there? Who is that in here? You got Felipe. Welcome, Felipe. Green eggs and spam. I like green eggs and spam. Hey, thanks for the share. Appreciate the shares, guys. Now I got a bunch of lures to paint. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 containers I have to paint. A lot of jig heads. I got to do a bunch of eyes too, so I'll be doing some live streaming with the eyes when I do them too. Yep, I do appreciate all the likes. Wow, we got a lot of people on both channels, guys. Appreciate our entire audience. It's a little chilly in the shop this, I say this morning. I wasn't even in here this morning, but this afternoon. Well, I guess I was in here part of the morning, not a whole lot. I was in here before noontime, put it that way. So I am powder coating. I do have a shrink tube on one side, and then I have the silicone tubing on the other for the swivel. With the camera that I have that's right over the powder coat, I have a hard time seeing it because there's a glare from the light that's above. On the other camera angle that sees my face and everything, like you guys, I can read those messages really good. I'm shocked. He lives in Missouri. Instead of drinking beers, they were using. Oh, that is awful. No, I wouldn't try them. Heck no. Brazil, oh yeah. Watching some powder coat is like watching a magic trick, isn't it? Like that's watching a magic trick. Yeah, you have no clue at all what they're putting in them things. I never did drugs a whole lot or anything growing up. Um, you know, I'll use this term, smoking weed. I probably did it like twice, if that, as a teenager, and I just never really got into that. And then the other stuff that the white dust and all that, I think I did that one time. Now I had friends of mine that got addicted to all that kind of stuff, and it was just sad. It's just sad to see their lives crumble and just a bunch of bad stuff. Bunch of bad stuff. I would warn every young person out there, do not even try it. It's not worth it. Not even close to being worth it. How many more of these do we have? Oh, we got a bunch. Let me do one more row of these. Yeah, we tricked somebody into smoking some parsley or something. We were like 13, 14 years old, just goofing off. We were just goofing off. I now had relatives that got into all that stuff. I just didn't want to mess with it. So some of you guys that know me a lot better, you guys know some of the stuff I was involved with. But I was really never a user or anything like that. We got the jig's going to be out of the oven here in a little bit. Oh yeah. I want I used to mow a lady's grass, and she had two sons that were, you know, older than teenagers. They wouldn't mow her grass for her. And I saw some in the backyard growing, and I went ahead and mowed it. I was like, look at all those plants. There's like 6 or 7 of them. And I mowed them things down. But I used to mow also my mother-in-law's yard for her, my grandmother's yard here in Oklahoma, and whoever else that needed their yard mowed, I would mow it for them. Okay, we're gonna do disco silver in a 1/8 ounce in just a little while, but we do need a couple more of the 16th ounce orange with spinner blades. So we're gonna do some of those orange ones here real fast. These again here are 1/16 ounce. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pour some more lead later this week. I think I'm had pretty close to enough to do all these orders. Now we have 3 big old tackle store orders we're working on. I'm gonna have to make some more heads this upcoming week. When I was 14, I never pictured that I would be making baits like this. Now I did make some baits when I was younger. I tried to make plastic baits and things like that. I bought me a mold for plastics a long time ago that would basically just one mold in it. And I don't know how old I was. I was probably like 13, 14 years old back then. I used to order stuff from Bass Pro and their catalog. Back when all the department stores had catalogs that they would ship out. I remember the JCPenney, the Montgomery Ward, the Sears catalog. I always enjoyed all them. Any coupons going on right now? Nope. Just the line 40, that's the only one. The scissors, that I have them about as cheap as I can have them. Yeah, I don't have any coupon codes other than the line 40 for the fishing line. And those scissors, I think we got them at $29.99 or $28.99. And you go to some other places to get those scissors, you're paying like, you know, anywhere from 30 to, you know, 45 bucks for the same scissors. So we've already sold a couple of pair. Then things will be gone pretty soon. We'll probably have to put in another order for them. Oh, you're good. You're good. I would let you know if we did have one, a code out there for you there, Clint, but yeah, right now we got some tungsten carbide scissors that we just made available, and they're pretty good price. Pretty good price. Okay, let's get these out of the oven. Let's get these in the oven. Put this to the side. Okay, so these here just came out of the oven. Those came out of the oven, and man, don't they smell good. Oh my, I could smell the garlic and the rosemary. So that's what they do. They do have a really clean spinner, a swivel on there. These will be getting a willow leaf spinner blade on them. These are the pink ones here. Let's see, do I have that container over here with them in there? Yep. And the swivel pops, you know, the shrink tube, not the shrink tube, and the silicone tube will pop right off, and then I can reuse it too. So if you're making underspins, you can use a silicone tube on there, and it does help keep the paint off the swivel. And makes it to where your swivel can flow freely. Order placed. Ah, well, thank you there, Clint. Thank you. Now, there's no mail being shipped out tomorrow because it's President's Day, so it'll go out on Tuesday. It'll go out on Tuesday. Okay, we're going to be doing some silver underspins in a 1/8 ounce. We'll be doing those here in just a little while. I'll show you how I shake the, how I get these. They have powder coat all on them. And I'll show you how I knock off some of the paint in just a little while. So we do also make hand-tied underspins too. I use a different mold for them. And I don't have a jig head with a bait keeper. Now when you're starting to tie, and you're making hand-tied lures, if that's all you can find is a jig head with a bait keeper on there. I know a lot of people that do that. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's what those look like right there. You guys want to see over here? Yep. Let's see, what was that there? No rush. Oh, okay. My job site's underwater. Oh no, won't be working tomorrow. Oh golly. Did you have a flood, or did they just break some water main break? That's something that happens a lot of times in the extreme weather conditions. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I think on our next giveaway, we may give away a hat, a Ruben Flores Jig hat, the next time we do a giveaway here in about a little more than a week away. So that's the 1/8 ounce, and all those are going to one tackle store right there. We got a lot of them to do for fast break. Okay, so what I do with the silicone tube is I have these lure bodies that were made for inline spinners, and I have access to a bunch because I can make them. And so what I do is I put these in here, and I just shake the heck out of it. And it takes off a lot of the paint. Now I'm going to do something here again. I'm going to grab me a little piece of paper towel, and I'm going to dampen it with a cloth, or I'm going to dampen it. Let it soak up. Okay. And tear it up into a couple more bits and pieces. And now I'm going to put it in here. So what happens is that powder coat, that it'll stick on the piece of paper, and I'm using a paper towel. And so that helps get it helps clean up the silicone tubes a little bit. It's not going to get it 100% clean, but it's going to not, you know, when you're shaking it with the little lead bits in here, or the lead body pieces, it'll knock off some of the paint, and to where, you know, you can make a cleaner bait. So I'm going to leave some of those in here like that. Okay, let's go to the next color. We're going to do some disco silver. And again, you guys probably have better ways of doing things out there. Do I have a 1/4 ounce unpainted with eye sockets and a bait collar? I don't have eye sockets in my molds. Now I do have some freestyle molds that I have, but I don't really use them any. I really don't use the freestyle molds. I got them when they first started coming out with the freestyle mold, and thought, well, let me buy it. Let me see if I can use it. Thanks for the shares there. Appreciate that. Disco silver is one of my favorite color heads. Yep. I use tumble for bullet brass. It's Tennessee. When it rains, everything. Oh yeah, everything's downhill. Let's see. Yeah, I love me some disco silver. Okay, those are going to get red eyes on them. Okay, I'm just trying to look at the messages there. Sometimes I miss them because the messages go by really fast. Let me sideswipe this. Let me see. How do I do that? There we go. Big messages. Happy Sunday there, Scotty. Thanks for the share. Okay, I'm looking for bulk round heads with eye sockets and bait color. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't pour anything like that. How you doing there, Scotty? We did get a name for the grandson. We got a name for the grandson. His first name is Sydney, and his middle name is Sweeney. Just stopping by. Hey there, Bert. You gotta go to bed? Well, you have a good night. I'm breaking up here. You know what they say, Clint, breaking up is hard to do. Hey there, Dusty Carpenter. I had to work overtime last night. Oh, man. No, the grandson's name is, his name is Sterling Cruz Flores. Oh, you have a good night there, Burke. Uh-oh, I just dropped one. Clint knows when I say breaking up is hard to do. There used to be a song, I guess back in the 60s or something, by Neil Sedaka. He sang a song, Breaking Up is Hard to Do. He also sang Calendar Girl. I love the love of all the calendar girl. Let's see. How do they keep the collar from getting in the eye of the jigs? I'm using shrink tubing on this one, but I don't use it on all the jig heads. I just use it on the ones with the swivels on them and the bait keepers. I have a video in my on my profile or my bio that shows how I powder coat the regular jigs. But some of it's just experience. You know, there's some people, they got shaky hands. Their hands are all over the place. They got the shaky fingers. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with using shrink tubing. Some people use shrink tubing. Now, I don't use shrink tubing when I do the collarless jig heads. You'll see that here. If you watch here long enough today, I'll be doing some of those too. I got to do a bunch of the Blue Lagoon heads, otherwise known as the goon heads. Yeah, a lot of it's just, you know, on a lot of the stuff, a lot of times you just gotta make it work. You know, a lot of people improvise and do things different. Just because I do something one way doesn't mean that everybody has to do it that way. And a lot of the stuff that I do, it's not really because I watch other people do stuff. It's just, you know, at the time when I started making baits, there weren't any videos. There was no YouTube videos on how to do this or that. There was no TikTok out there. You know, there weren't any books on learning how to powder coat. A lot of times, there was a lot of trial and error. And a lot of times when you do trial and error, you kind of appreciate the little lessons you learn. And then when YouTube started coming out, and there were more videos out there, there was some stuff that I'd like to do, and I would try to do it. And I'm talking about, you know, like weaving, jig bodies. I am terrible at that. I can do it. I can't make it look as neat as some of these other people do. So I know what my strengths and weaknesses are, and I stick to my strengths. Stick to what you know the best. We had an opportunity I used to make ice fishing blades. We started selling a bunch of those locally, even though we don't have any ice fishing. And so, but they worked really good. I'm talking about the little bitty spoons, and I got really good at painting them, soldering them. I had different profiles. I had little ants that I would make. Little ladybugs. and got really good at that. And then our hand-tied business took off and boomed, and I just kind of gave up, making the little, the little spoons. And I still have the stuff to make them. I just, we sell a lot more of these, and just the hand-tied jigs. We started branching out and doing more jig heads with bait keepers recently, and it's been a pretty good thing. We don't do any of the plastics. We used to do plastics, but not anymore. Play the spoons too. Yep, I'm pretty good at playing the spoons. I'm pretty good at playing spoons. We got to do some gold too. Yeah, that's what those look like. So I'll be doing eyes too a little bit later on. I didn't realize how many of these I had, but all prepped up and ready to go. Yep, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for the likes too. And thank you guys on YouTube also for the likes. What's the ones in the small dish that's unpainted? Like that? Those are 1/16 ounce jig head with a bait keeper. Oh, wrong side. Jig head with a bait keeper. So I have some of those over here, and then I have some of the ones without a bait keeper over here too. Like those. Those I don't put any shrink tubing or anything on them. I'll just dip them in here, and I have them on the pliers and just dip them in there, and I only go as deep as the eyelet. Once I get to the eyelet, I don't go any deeper. So some people will come on going, how do you not get paint in the eyelet? And I'm like, well, don't put any paint on the eyelet. You don't want any paint on it, don't get any on there. And that's little saying there is, somewhat funny, but it's actual truth. Do anything you can to not get paint in the eyelet, whether that be shrink tubing, silicone tubing, whether that be putting a wire through it or whatever. Just make sure you don't get any paint in there. So these are disco silver here. Disco silver. Okay, let's do some gold. We need some 1/8 ounce disco gold. These again are underspin lures. These will get red eyes on this color here. They will get red eyes on them. Let's see, I remember when I was younger, they would be painted over. Yep, I prefer quality over quantity any day. Yep. Yeah, it does take a little bit of time to do these. It does take a little bit of time to do them. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I got to tie a lot of jigs this week. We got, some of the stores are ordering like 12 packs of each color. Some are ordering 18 packs of each color. I just don't. I mean, I can get this paint loose, and the disco colors are a lot looser than the regular colors, so I don't really need a fluid bed. I don't really need a fluid bed for any of these, but I do have them on for some colors. There's colors out there, no matter what brand powder coat you get, colors like brown, yellow, gray, they're always going to be denser than the other colors. And the disco colors, no matter what color you get, it's always going to be loose. And it's because you have three different fabrics that make a disco color. You have the gold paint, you got the gold silver, and you got a clear coat. And same way with the other colors like the disco silver, disco purple. You have your colored powder coat, you got your glitter, purple glitter, and you got your clear coat that's mixed in there. So it's always going to be looser. And so I don't really need a fluid bed for those. It is a good question though. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, if you get the head too hot when you're doing the disco colors, they're not going to be sparkly and pretty. They're going to you get the head too hot, it's going to dull up the color. So you always got to be careful with the disco colors. I'd say that when it comes to the disco colors, other than that question being asked right there, the other question is, how can I get mine looking all sparkly like yours? And part of that is just the heat. You know, you're getting your jig head too hot. Some of these people use a cigarette lighter to heat up their lure heads. Some of them will use like a candle. And I used to use both of those things when I first started. I didn't know a whole lot about making lures, to be all honest. When I first started making hand-tied baits, I was basically, using fingernail polish to paint my heads. I didn't have money. I didn't have any money. We were dirt broke poor when I first started. And so I didn't have the money to buy a heat gun, fluid beds, powder coats, anything like that. So I was using whatever fingernail polish I can get my hands on. The heat gun, it varies. This one here is about 1100 degrees. It is a pruled gun. I do normally use a Wagner, but my Wagner, I had got this from TikTok. A TikTok shop had asked me if I wanted to sell this heat gun because they saw that I used heat guns. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? Send me a free one, and I'll put them in my TikTok shop and sell them. And that was like 3 years ago. And it's still holding up. Normally, I use a Wagner. I have a brand new Wagner that I have right, to the side of me on the floor. And I use, I love using Wagner guns. They work great. They're quieter than this gun. But this one here is the low setting is like, let me see, does it say? Oh, I can't read. I can't see it here, but it's about 300 and something, or something like that. I can't remember. Let me see what it says on here. 752 and then 1100. So 752 is the low side. I do have it at the highest setting. So a lot of it just comes with experience. I mean, I can turn it up high. When my wife powder coats, she'll put it on the low setting, and which is good because she doesn't powder coat a whole lot. She has a lot of experience doing it because she's done it for years, but she's not in here every day doing it, and she's not going to ruin any heads. Let's see here. Well, I do appreciate the questions. There's questions I don't answer, and I don't want to give out the answer, is like what brand molds I use, and part of that is just because I'm in business and want to stay in business, and I don't want everybody having the same jig head that I use. And there's some other things I don't give out a lot of sources of where I get this or that, because it's just makes good business. But these are the 1/8 ounce heads here. 1/8 ounce heads. These will get red eyes on them. These are disco gold that I'm doing right now. And these are for plastic baits here. Hey, Henry. Hey, welcome in. Hey there, Danny. Hey there, Tony. Tony, this is what, the third day, fourth day in a row you've watched. I know you've seen me in the past. And thanks for coming in. Okay, we got all of these gold heads. Now we're going to do a few more on the other rack here in just a bit, just for some extras, because we got it again. All of these are going to the First Tackle store, and I thought all 3 tackle stores had them, but ordered the jig heads, but it's only 2 of the stores got them. I know we're going to be getting more orders in next week from some of the other stores out there. Okay, so I need some more gold. It's been a while. Good to see you. Oh, well, cool. Hey, Calvin, how are you doing? Okay, let me put this aside. Let's get the other jig heads taken care of. Okay, these here, let's see, do we have some more? Let's just use this. Okay, these are the 1/16 ounce right there. Right there. And so we're going to pull this dude off. And then the swivel there is nice and free. It's not all, has a little bit of paint on it, but it's not all clustered up with powder coat all over it. Let's see. Do I have painting and tying fest? Painting and tying fest. Desk. Oh yeah, yeah. This here is our painting section, and to the right of me is where I put eyes on, and then towards the front of our shop is where I do the. It's not the very. I say the middle of our shop. That's where I do the tying, and then the very front of our shop is our little showroom area. It's not a real pretty show floor, but you know, it's something. It's where we got our big jig display at, where I keep all our lures that are packaged up. Now this here is the painting section, and then right over to my left is where we have our jig pouring and our head cleaning station. And then over to the left of that even further is where we have our shipping station. So we got a bunch of different stations here in the shop. During COVID, we had, I don't know, anywhere from 4 to 6 people working in the shop during COVID. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and we were blessed enough a few years back to have a shop that we could work out of. And taking a while, our shop's paid for and everything. We paid it off a couple of years ago. It's just a huge portable building. It sits right next to our house. Thanks for the heart, me. But we have cameras everywhere, because you just never know. We don't want any midnight shoppers coming in. So we got cameras everywhere. What type of jig do? What type of jig do? So the main 3 lures we make. Let me have this up here. I'll show these off. Okay. The ones I'm working on right now are going to have a spinner blade, and that's a 1/4 ounce right there. The ones I'm doing here are 1/16 and 1/8 ounce, and then we do jig heads with bait keepers and eyes. And then the majority of the jigs that we make will somewhat look like that. Some of them have a round head, no eyes. That's a 1/16 ounce right there. And then we do I do hand tied underspins. They'll have a spinner blade on the bottom. So those are the 4 type of lures we make. We do also, we make squirrel tail jigs and kip tail jigs, and then I make a few like clouser minnows and things like that for fly fishing. Oh, you're welcome. Why do they got the thing on them? This is a silicone tube. It comes off, and it protects the swivel on there to where the swivel's free flowing. And that's going to get a spinner blade on there. Oh, you're welcome. So, okay, let's get these over there. This back here, you always got to be careful. That part up there is still hot. Okay, we got to do some more disco golds. Let's see here, my house, they all went up. Hey there, traveler, how you doing? I'm doing good. After that, oh my. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. You guys make sure to keep Wyatt in your prayers there. Hey there, Ben. Do I bake them after? Yes. Yeah, after they get powder coated, I'll set them to the side and I'll put like a damp towel over it and let them sit there at about 180 or so, 160, and let them rise. And then when they do rise all the way, then I put them in the oven. You guys know I'm just kidding. No, they do go in the oven though. I just throw things at you guys to see if you're listening. I am going to be at Shields next Saturday, and that is Shields All Sports down in Tulsa. I'll be there for their Fish Fest, and so they're going to have a lot of stuff on sale, and we'll have our own little booth there, and we'll get to have the lures and talk about our lures and stuff like that. I might try some lures there. I'm not sure if I'm going to take my vise with me or not, but I might. I might take my vise with me. I think they sell peak vices there too, so I may take my peak vise and help them sell peak vices too while I'm out there. But we do also sell the peak vise. We sell the peak vices. Yeah, you guys make sure to pray for Wyatt there. Wyatt's going through some stuff, and make sure to pray for good health, healing. Okay. What am I going to paint next? Okay, we got to do some regular jig heads with bait keeper. Well, I say regular, but oh, I have these two. I didn't even see those. Okay, well, we'll just keep. We'll hold off on those real fast. Yep, we'll just hold off on those. Okay, we're gonna go to the pill heads with the bait keeper, and they aren't going to have an underspin on them. We got to do some more oranges. And that's what those are right there. These will get eyes on them too. That's what those look like. Kind of look to the side of me. I got to do a bunch of chartreuse heads too. Six. Yeah, these will get baked up here in just a little bit. I'll be putting these in the oven. I have some that just baked a while ago, so those will come out of the oven. These will get eyes on them too, so there'll be an hour or two later on that I'll just do nothing but glue eyes and put spinner blades on jigs. You got to do a lot of eyes. So it does help out to have a fluid bed. You can kind of control the density of the paint. And I have it turned to where, you know, if it was any more dense, you know, it would be, the paint would go on way too thick. And it would be more susceptible to having cone heads. And if I had it turned up a little bit higher, where there was less density in the powder coat, and then it would go on too thin, and I'd have to heat it up, dip it in there, heat it up, dip it in there, and it wouldn't go on thick enough. So I have it right now, you know, gauged at the right level, and it makes things go by faster. Which makes life go by a lot easier. Let's see. Yeah, brisket's very expensive this time of year. From my own cows. Yep. Hey there, David. Yeah, let me grab me a drink. Yeah, briskets are super expensive. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you, everybody. These will be getting green eyes, and these are the orange heads here. Yeah, I do have a website, yep. Yeah, somebody type it in. Is that it right there? Yep, there it is. I think that's it. Oh, no. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can't see it. Yeah, let me get that. Oh, golly. Can't believe that happened. Yeah, there it is. I got to stand up to do this. There we go. We got it now. Took a while. I had to stand up so I could look down because there's a glare. Hey there, panfish. I appreciate coming in. Thanks for the follows. That's what I'm doing there. Thank you. Yeah, I can't see the YouTube messages that clear because there's a glare on the camera. TikTok messages, I see them great. Yep, there we go. We do have the anadromous scissors now in stock. We have the black ones, and which are the blackout scissors and the ocean blue scissors. So we do have them now available. We've already sold some already today, and which is good. I'll probably have to reorder. They're really good scissors. Let's see. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. Hello there, Manu. Appreciate the follows. Oh yeah, they're really good. Yeah, we've sold a couple of pairs already today. We just put them up on the site, and you know, maybe 2 hours ago, we've already sold some. What color did you get, Clint? Hey there, K-Fish. Oh, you got the ocean blue? Oh, cool. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got to do a couple more rows of these, and we'll be done with this color. Blue's your favorite color? Oh, good. Did you make your own? I made my own. My wife did it for me. I've had some that I've made, but my wife did this one for me, and I kind of control it now. Appreciate the likes. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. A lot of heads. We got to do a lot of heads. I still have pretty much about 3 containers to do. Still got to do a bunch more heads. Yeah, we started out with 9 of these. Only got 2 more containers to do. Oh my goodness, what is that there? Oh, well, thank you, Travel. Oh man, how awesome. Thank you much there. You guys make sure to pick up Travel Flies. Traveler Flies. I can't even say his name right. How's the weather out there in Hawaii? Appreciate that. Thank you. Where'd my little broom go? My little grab me a wipe. I want to get some of this powder coating off. Over here. Okay, let's get these out of the oven. Get these in the oven. Uh-oh. Yeah, appreciate the follows, guys. Thank you. Yep. Yep, thank you, guys. Ever do glow-in-the-dark colors? Every now and then I do. I do have some glow-in-the-dark paints, but don't really do a whole lot. I do some glow-in-the-dark heads, but I used to have glow-in-the-dark chenille, but I quit doing that a long time ago because it just got harder to find the glow-in-the-dark chenille. And there aren't that many places that make it. I still have the glow-in-the-dark paints, the glow paints that I used to do for sinkers, but I haven't really thought about the glow-in-the-dark paints. If you guys don't know, just by looking at it, it doesn't look really fluorescent, or it doesn't look colorful, and it's because it's a glow-in-the-dark paint. It looks like it's a faded out pink or faded out chartreuse, and the glow-in-the-dark orange doesn't even look like, like our orange jig heads. So we used to do them, but they just didn't sell that good because it was hard to get a good picture of them. I mean, if you took a picture of them glow in the dark at night, they would look pretty good. But other than that, Oh, I'm doing good, all out. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Just painting a bunch of heads. These here are the 1/8 ounce with the bait keeper, and they're going to be getting an underspin here. So I'm pulling off the covering that's on the swivel there. Let's see here. Can you show me how in your videos to make? No, I don't know. I doubt if I can. A lot of the websites you can make are like plug and play. You turn them on, and other than that, I mean, I'm not any good at teaching anybody how to make a website. I'm terrible at it. I'm the last person you want teaching you how to do that. Plus, I don't have enough time to go into all that too. So it's just, what do you need a website for? Yeah, I didn't make this website. I haven't made a website in 10 years. 10, 11, 12 years. It's been that long. I did one a long time ago through Weebly. You can go to GoDaddy too. I did one through that. Thanks for the gifties. Doing good. I'm pulling off the silicone tubing. There's silicone tubing on there. and it covers up the swivel. I bake them in the oven with them on there. That one doesn't want to pull off. There we go. So I can reuse the silicone tubes on here. Growing chickens from eggs to adults. Yeah. Growing chickens. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I haven't built one. The current website we have, my wife built it. And I do upkeep on there now. And add products on there and, you know, all kinds of stuff. But I didn't build it. My wife built it. At the time, I just didn't have the time because I was so busy. I just didn't have time to build this version of our website. Okay, there we go. That's our silver ones. There we go. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a little break here. I've been on here for 200 minutes. That's how long I've been on here. For however long, that's an hour and a half, more than an hour and a half. So we will be seeing you guys here in a little bit. So I'm going to take a little break here, stretch out, go refill my drink. And I have a little more powder coating to do. And then I'm going to be doing some eyes. So we'll be seeing you guys here in a little bit. Thank you guys for watching.